crew, welcome to United Real Therapy. All the Haribo cuppers, come to the front. Come to the front. You need it. All the Haribo cup massive. You need it right now. Big up Khalees from Medina Lafi. Smash a like on the video, people, if you're coming in. YouTube is acting funny. We've been demonetized because we choose to stand up for the Palestinian cause, people. But it's all good. The shadow banned, it's all good. It's all part of the fun, people. So don't care who's in here. But big up to everybody. Love and light. Big up Khalees. Smash. Yeah, man. Smash it. There we go. Big up King. Big up King. Let me just send a link to Saeed. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, big up everybody. Love and light. Internet is playing a bit funny tonight, but big up. So not surprised we got battered. No, none of us are. Come on, lads. Tear the player manager aboard. Let's have it. Yeah, Terry. Listen, we've done that enough. I think we've done that enough this season. It's been like that, mate. Go and have a look at my meltdown outside Old Trafford against Galatasaray. I've shouted enough, man. And if you're shouting and screaming enough about what's going on at this football club, then I'm sorry, we can't help you. But big up to everybody. We've got a big show for you tonight. Big show. Let's do it quickly. We've got a show coming up on the show today. We're looking at that Gary Neville bombshell. Vindictates everything the United Real Therapy have been saying. This community has been saying. Club briefing against Erik ten Hag already. Rob Dawson, they briefed Rob Dawson about how he's running the players into the ground. And all of the people who are now moaning about style of play, where were you moaning when I was telling you about January that football was so sustainable? I was screaming. I got called negative. I got called negative when he kept picking the same team. But because we were in the poor competition, nobody was saying jack. So really, you guys don't give a damn about style of play. As long as Manchester United win, that's what you're bothered about. Yeah, big up, bro. Big up, love and light. Yeah. Ten Hag, Rashford will come in the moment. Will come. He needs to goal, and every time he plays, he will get chances. Talk spot. Okay, that's what we say. Yeah, maybe I do. Are you on Twitter? Send me, follow me on Twitter. Let's talk on Twitter, bro. Let's talk on Twitter. Is that jollof rice that you got there? Built different. Jollof rice. Having a bit of jollof. I can do with some jollof rice right now. We have to forget this game and recover. Nah, mate, not the derby, Ten Hag. That's what I say to you. You know, when I've been out on the bike and I've seen him, honestly, he's always with his wife in it. But if I could get him alone, I'd just say to him, listen, there's two games, the Etihad game, the Old Trafford game, the game at Anfield and the game at Old Trafford. You cannot lose those games like that and get battered. That's what I would tell him. Listen, he's been saying that to me, playing. I've sent it to you, Saeed. I've sent a link to you already. Check your phone. I've sent you the link. Check your phone, Saeed. WhatsApp. Check the WhatsApp. Andronella has finished 23rd in the Ballon d'Or rankings. Listen, Manchester United fans got giddy because he played one good game in the final, man. Let's be right. Let's be right, people. But big up, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. If you're not already subscribed, so yeah, I've sent it to you, Saeed. Check the link. It's just the one above. I've sent it to you. If I'm not mistaken, let me just have a look. Yeah, you got it now. It ends with a PQ. Bro, the conspiracy theory going around the club wants to get rid of Varane, Casemiro on a lower wage bill. Don't know how true it is. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Everybody now is saying some crazy things because obviously how bad we're playing, how bad we're doing. Yes, Saeed, how you doing?
Yeah, my bad, bro. I went on the link above it, man. That was last week, man. My bad.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Talk to me, man.
Yeah,
how you?
Man.
You were in the rain.
I'm not feeling good, man.
I'm
not feeling good.
Why not?
The rain was, bro. It wasn't meant to be raining as well yesterday, man. That's what's mad about Manchester. Like, it was meant to be dry, and then all of a sudden, it's just Man United. Like the clouds coming down and the rain just epitomizes how bad Man United are at the minute. Like, it's just, the rain is falling down on us. So,
Mm.
yeah, other than that, I'm all good. You know what I mean? It's getting darker now, already. So, you know what I mean?
Winter's here,
It's
mate.
winter's
Winter's
here, mate.
arrived.
Winter's here.
Winter's arrived for
Yeah,
Manchester United a long time already. Winter's
yeah.
been here, man. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. We just come out of the Royal Rumble. That is the Straight Jacket podcast, because we need to rename that. It's a Royal Rumble, because it's a Rumble.
Royal
It was a
Rumble,
Rumble,
yeah.
people. So go and check it out. Rumble Monday, mate. Royal Rumble Monday. That's what it was. Go and check it out.
Royal Rumble
because
Monday, mate.
because
Yeah.
people are coming for me, and I've been predicting this shit. I've been talking about this. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. I was quite chilled, actually. I was quite chilled at the way we played. And the revisionist historians out there, you know who you are. You're not trolling me now anyway. You're part of that. So Johnny come latelys, we'll get to that at the end. Anybody wants to come on the ship, there's plenty of room. It's sinking. You know what I mean? We're facing waves. Waves are the size of skyscrapers, but it's sinking. The ship is sinking, but welcome. People can. Nuruddin, when can we watch Barbie movie together?
Oh my God.
Anytime, Lewis. Big up Lewis, man. Big up Lewis. I thought it was all right. I thought it was funny. But big up, I'm happy to watch it again with you. The players decide how you play at Ajax. Ajax is a very typical, characteristic style of play. Manchester United would always show different football. Yeah, you know what? He didn't lie. He's what he was given. When you get given a job at a football club, you get given specific instructions. So when he was at Ajax, he was told to play a certain way, and everybody's there here to support him. Come to Manchester United, they didn't win a trophy for 5 years. They wanted to get back in the Champions League. He delivered both. But you know me, I didn't give a damn. I wanted a style of football. But he sacrificed that, and now he's feeling the brunt of it. Yes, is he making excuses? Is it right to criticize Erik ten Hag? 100%. Erik ten Hag at times is Erik ten Hag out. That's what he is. Erik ten Hag himself is Erik ten Hag out. So I'm sorry to say, it is what it is. Big up to everybody. Fans can't see the club dead Glazer yet. Big up to Tim said, T-Man says, there isn't a manager in the world that can succeed with this board. You can't have an wow, I can't even say that word.
Hodgepodge
of 4 managers to succeed. Yeah. Hodgepodge of 4 managers, players, and succeed. Yeah. We know that, brother. We know. They can't even clear out. He wanted to get rid of 6 players last season, and they only got rid of 1. So it's incredible. But still, there are players that he bought, and we're going to go on to it. There was that breaking news on the United stand. The United stand and the stands. And we know where it is. A lot of it are jumping on a bandwagon of Gary Neville, what Gary Neville said yesterday, and what me and you, who speak to people who work at the club, have been saying for years. So Vindicated, Saeed TV, Vindicated United Real Therapy. The club is rotten to the core, and people in Manchester who work for the club, we can never say who they are because that's to trust people, but they've been telling us, and I've been telling you about it on here. I've been talking about it on Twitter Spaces for years. And Gary Neville Saeed let it slip yesterday that he's talking to people at the club, good people, Saeed. We always say good people who care about Manchester United, and I've been banging on about it for a long, long time. Gary Neville, Johnny come lately, welcome to that club as well. Like I said, in the ship that's sinking, there's plenty of room for the likes of Gary Neville. Gary Neville only really stuck it on the Glazers after the Super League when it started to affect his bottom dollar of Salford. So we understand that. So Gary Neville yesterday, Saeed, said, and I don't know if you watched it. Did you watch this? Did you watch his podcast?
Yeah, I watched his podcast. Yeah, he's talking about how the club, obviously.
Yeah, people in the club are just sick of the Glazers. They're absolutely drained and tired, and the thing is rotten. He keeps banging on about a new stadium. I don't know why. Maybe you know why he wants more people. Maybe he wants to get another big hotel. We know that it's leaking. And actually, it was so funny. Listen, he wants a bigger hotel. That's what he wants. You know, the developers, you go, right, just stick me another hotel on the other side.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 hotels. You know what I mean? No, I'm taking the mic. Listen, I'm taking the mic. I know Gary. Gary loves Manchester United, but he's just got Johnny come lately when it comes to critique of the Glazers. But he basically said there are people inside the club who are now saying it's been done really badly. Like the club is on its knees. All the stuff, Saeed, that we've known for the past how many years? 2 to 3 years
Yep.
before Ten Hag even got here.
Yep.
Like, you know
Before
what I mean?
everything.
Before Ten Hag even got here, the rottenness of the football club and what the Glazers do. So at the end of the day, we told you that. We talked about it on the Straight Jacket podcast. That's been, and now a lot of people are jumping in a bandwagon. So Saeed, I wanted to also talk to you about, I'm going to see if I can play a little bit, but I want to ask you a question. Rob Dawson of the Athletic, of the ESPN has come out and said, players in the dressing room are saying they're really tired because the players have been worked too hard in training. Where have you heard that before?
I know that's always a briefing, isn't it? You get me? Like, it's one of them where it always happens. You know what I mean? A player comes out or something from the club comes out after a loss. But that's why I don't really want to hear that, to be honest with you. I just want us to play good football, man, and actually compete. That's where my thing is. But Rob Dawson's always putting them kind of comments up, man. You know what I mean? It's just copy and paste, especially from Rob Dawson, man. He's always copy and paste journalism, man. You know what I mean? You said it here, stenographers, innit? What you said before. So that don't really surprise me. But, you know, for me, I'm just lost for words, man. What I saw yesterday, man, especially in that second half. It's not good enough, man. Not good enough on all levels. I just seen a manager who looks out of his out of ideas, you know what I mean, and just looks clueless, man. Really, really looks clueless. I needed him to stand up and show, you know what, he had a bit of fight in him and he had a bit of something to fight back at Guardiola. Because I look at Guardiola and he's almost taunting us now, man. He's like, you know what it is, man? He's feeling sorry for us. I don't want Guardiola to feel sorry for Man United. I want us to say mad stuff about us and create this rivalry. You know what I mean, between us. I don't want him to feel sorry for us. But Ten Hag didn't help himself yesterday, no, he didn't help himself at all. And, you know, it's self-destruction. What Ten Hag's doing right now, Nordin, is self-destruction. So I understand the bigger picture. I always will do. Doesn't that's like another manager solve this? No, I know what you mean. It doesn't solve this. But I also think that the manager isn't up to the job. He really, really isn't up to the job. Two things can be right, Nordin. So,
No, 100%,
you know,
100%. Listen, all of the criticism that Eric Ten Hag's getting, all of the criticism Eric Ten Hag's getting is valid, because you can't buy players and not start them. You can't buy players that you buy and not start them. You can't. I'm sorry. You cannot make excuses for that. I'm playing Bruno, then making him captain. I'm sorry. You don't do that. You don't play through two players. Last season, the football was unsustainable side because last season we played through Bruno and Rashford. You can't do that. You use all of the squad, and I was screaming about it, Saeed, because we were winning. Everybody was calling me negative when I was shouting it out. But
that's
anyway,
true. That's true.
let's get into this. Right, here's what Gary Neville had to say. So, mind your ears. Let me know if you can hear loud enough. Right.
Yeah.
This is what we've been saying for the past how many years, and now Johnny come lately. Gary Neville is onto it.
Super League and other such things as well. Is that this is definitely a massive problem. You know, we knew when we were going up to Newcastle that Mike Ashley was a problem because it was depressing every time we went up there. The same things kept happening. We know when the connection isn't there between the owners, the coaching staff, the executive, the fan base, the players, a club is broken. And this is not a rant. This is just absolute fact. Because I speak to people inside on this club who've been there for a long time, who've been here for a short time. And it's wrong. It's wrong. They have to free up. There's some brilliant people in this club who at this moment in time are literally have their hands tied behind their backs, or they're so bound by pressure and negativity that's basically created by the ownership. It's not by the media. But everything that I'm saying here, and they want it saying, they need it saying. It needs calling out. It has to be called out. I wouldn't be speaking up if it didn't. And this is not a personal crusade. I'm so happy in my own personal life, doing what I'm doing. It's a fantastic life that I have to be able to do it. And I come here and I want to see it. I don't expect to see a Manchester United that are successful every year or winning leagues, but I don't expect them to go to the depths that they have. And they are at the depths now. And that's not just about performance on the pitch. That is about the feeling in the club, the feeling in the stadium and the facilities itself. It's not right. And it needs sorting very quickly, and I hope it is. That's compelling.
There we go, people. There we go. And now everybody jumping on the bandwagon, but please, where did you hear it before in the comments? Let me know. Where did you hear that in the comments? When I tell people about that, I speak to people, so you know where I used to work.
Yeah.
The level of people that used to come in there that worked at high levels, certain different departments of the football club would come into my work firm or workplace regularly. I would talk to them, and I kept telling you, man. Players used to come in. Remember Juan Mata, my little friend Juan Mata? You remember Juan Mata? Juan Mata, Juan Field, mate. If you know, you know. So at the end of the day, Gary Neville, we would like to say thank you for putting it out there. Now, all the Johnny-come-latelys are jumping on the bandwagon. So this is the type of football club we are. So changing manager, for me, ain't going to fix this anytime soon. The brief that he was given is totally different, for me personally, from the statements, what he's saying. He was given a brief to win a trophy and to get Manchester United back in the top 4. Now, when they decide that he can no longer do that, they will most likely get an interim. Not that I know, it's hypothetical, but that's what they've done in the past before. Like, they didn't want to sack Ollie. Remember, they sent him on holiday and all of that business. 2 weeks to go fishing. They didn't want to sack Ollie. And at the end of the day, it was what it was. So for me, is that the club is rotten. So in terms of a manager to come and succeed at this football club, you need somebody with a magic wand. You need Harry Potter himself. You need somebody, you know what, out of worldly side. You need somebody from Mars or Jupiter to come with their magic wand to brush up the place. And the funniest thing, people, if you've not watched the Gary Neville podcast, go and check it out. He's literally speaking, and behind him, you can see the roof leaking. So it is what it is.
Oh gosh, man, it's crazy. It's almost like it epitomizes the club, man. Like I said, the roof leaking, everything. It's just, man, it's crazy.
Listen, honestly, it is what it is. But the biggest thing for me, there we go. When it's mathematically impossible to get Champions League football, then they will get rid of Erik ten Hag. But I think unless they're willing to pay money to buy out a manager, Saeed, then we're going to get an interim. Unless they get somebody. And a lot of people saying to me last night, he wants to get Antonio Conte.
No way.
Somebody, listen to me. Somebody suggested to me this morning. Yeah, and somebody said to me, go and get Simeone. I'm just like, wow. Roy Keane wanted Simeone. And I'm like, if you want low block FC and Maguire with a captaincy again, then go and get Conte.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where I don't Simeone. Get to. That's where I'm not at that extreme. I don't want a quick fix. I want a manager who's going to come in and have a style. I want a manager who has come in, have a plan, and make us play better football, better identity, come in and shape the team that he wants to do. And right now, like I said to you, I think we've regressed badly. But Conte and Simeone won't fix this. This will be the shortest term kind of fix you'll ever see. You know what I mean? And also, the toxicity that they will bring will be just too much for me to deal with. So, not for me. Conte and Simeone, no, not for me. You know what I mean? But again, Ten Hag needs to fix up. You know what I mean? I'll be real with you, man. He just looks like he's lost, man. And you know, the way he was saying tactics there, the way he's smug, you know, smiling, I just don't know, man. He looks like very, very kind of like, you know, like self-sabotage, bro.
He's like a rabbit caught in the headlights. Remember, with Moyes, it was Liverpool City was the standard. With LVG, it was philosophy. With Jose Mourinho, it was football heritage. With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, fine margins, and we need some more legs in here.
Fine margins.
Fine margins, and we need some more legs in here. Every manager, I've got their sayings in it when they're caught, like when they're a rabbit, when the reality of them.
Listen, when the reality himself.
Listen, when the reality of them being at Manchester United, which is a very toxic football club, is that they all get the mist comes over the head and they don't even know what they're saying. And he basically said tactics.
Yeah.
No, I must understand and say that with Varane, he's not a good passer of the ball, but he's a better defender than Harry Maguire. So to me, Harry Maguire stays in the team and Varane stays out the team because Varane gets injured he plays the game every 2 games and then he gets injured.
Biggest
so at the end of the day,
in your biggest derby to experiment with Evan and Maguire. No, not for me.
Listen, at the end of the day, big up Nora Beats over, by the way. Anybody big up Nora Beats here? He said Ten Hag gave up on his philosophy after Brentford last year. The fact that there is no style tells me Ten Hag doesn't know how to coach another style. Well, at the end of the day, some people will say no, because we were playing decent football till the World Cup. You know what I mean? Till the World Cup. till we played Barcelona, and then something happened. I think players got injured or whatever happened. Then he went away from that, and it became all results. So for me, I'm not moaning about the style of play now. I was moaning about it in January. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
moaning
true.
about
You
it in
were,
January.
to be fair.
I was moaning
You
about the
were, to be
fatigue.
fair.
I was moaning about the fatigue in January. I was moaning about the way that we can't sustain passes up. We can't hold the ball up the pitch for more than 10 seconds. I was moaning about that. I was moaning about these things. So now everybody's coming out here saying what they want to say. So to me, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. It's just as fans, right? As fans and as a football club, if we were to be sold, we would make the decision. Give a manager 2 years. Give him get a proper football structure that works in hand with a manager, and be patient for 2 years. Even if we finish 8th, even if we don't win a Haribo Cup.
No, the thing is, though, it's not realistic at Man United. That's why I was telling you, Jordan. You can't program a fan base who...
Well, I'm sorry, Saeed. It's just going to be rinse and repeat then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're at right now.
Repeat then. Go ahead. No, I didn't mean to. No, go ahead. Carry on. Go ahead.
No, I know what you mean in terms of that, but I just think it's never realistic when you say that to a fan base. 2 years, no trophies. We're going to play just good football. It's not realistic, especially at a club that's always won trophies. A club that has a kind of a history of winning trophies. Yes, it's a long time ago, and yes, we're not that team anymore. But it just doesn't program overnight to think, you know what, we're not going to win trophies. We're just going to play good football, and that is still a hypothetical because it's like there's no guarantees of that even happening. There's no guarantees of that. That Ten Hag has. No, hold on a minute. There's no guarantees of Ten Hag having the week off of football and then still playing an attractive style of play. There isn't. There's no guarantees of that because we've seen it in pre-season. Look at pre-season as well. Like, it was absolutely awful. The worst pre-season I've ever seen. And this season, when we had the start of the season, when we had one game a week, because don't get me wrong, the 2 games a week only happens in September time. Before that, it's one game a week. We had one game a week, and it still looked bad. So this idea that we don't have many, and even look at the back end of last season. Okay, maybe United squad was tired, but we had one game a week then, and still we just almost like we just got over the line towards the season, and the football wasn't great, but we were getting results. So
no. Listen, I can only go by data, what I've seen at other football clubs. Conte came into Chelsea when they finished 13th or 12th. He didn't have any Europe. He didn't have any distractions. They went out all the cups and implemented a style of play. Now, I don't rate that football, but he turned the winger into a wing back, and they won and won the league. Arteta finished 8th, and he was backed. And young players, they got rid of the older players, and he challenged for a league title. So the time, this is the difference when you say that, and I say the same to you. So when Unai Emery comes in at Villa, they lose 3 or 4 in a row. There's no pressure. At Brighton, they definitely lose 5 or 6 in a row. There's no pressure. There's no pressure.
I understand that.
So you can't have it both ways. To me, that's what I always said. I don't expect Manchester United to compete.
But what they do have, though,
listen.
But what they do have is the style of play.
Listen, let me just make this point. Because that's the only thing they can have. Because people are willing to be patient. And Villa fans, Brighton fans want to watch better football. And both their clubs, the way they run, the football structure they have, is 10 times better than Manchester United's, right?
But I still don't think what Unai Emery has to do. I get it, football structure. He's brought in certain signings.
So you know who owns? Listen, do you know who owns? Do you know
I know they got a billionaire.
Listen, they got a billionaire backers. And they even sidelined some of the players. So he took up last season, kept them up. He was implementing his style when he was keeping them up in the Premier League because they could have gone down last season, This season, he started off fresh. Majority of the players, no. He bought in players to fit in the system that he wants to play. And Manchester United, 6 players that he wanted to get rid of, he only got rid of Fred. So I'm sorry to say you can't pick and choose. Yes, is Erik ten Hag made it harder for himself? Yes, he has, 100%. And I'm not saying you can't criticize Erik ten Hag. I'm just saying to you, as a fan base, we need to decide what comes first, Haribo Cups or a style of play. What do you want first? And how much pain are you willing to take for a season?
We can do both. You know why we can do both?
No,
But
because
hold on,
I
let
don't
me
believe
finish it.
that.
Let me finish it. That hinges on a manager knowing that the squad and using the squad and managing the squad. That's not what it comes down to style of play. This is where you're not understanding me, Nuruddin. Where last season came into it is that we could have had the style of play and won the trophies, but the problem was he kept managing a certain 11 every single day. You
And
see
I
what I'm
was
trying to
talking
say,
about
Nuruddin?
that, and I kept pointing that out.
No, but I understand. But
I
that's what I'm
kept
trying to.
pointing that
So
out.
my argument is strengthened by your
But
argument,
you
and your
listen, but you're
argument
never
isn't
listen to
strengthened
me.
by any other argument. He
Saeed,
didn't
you're
rotate.
never listen, you're never gonna do 11 players. And I remember his word. He was like, I'm glad we don't have any time on a training ground because the players want to play games. And that's what he did. And you know what? What did Ajax fans warn us about? They said he doesn't make that many changes. Remember, they said
Yeah.
he's very stubborn. You did shows on Saturday TV. Let me just get this super chat. Big up Chris Clark. He says,
Yeah, go
how
for it.
can you say no to Simeone? He's a winner. Atletico play nice football. I don't know about that. The problems that your
They do
social
play
club.
better football than Conte, though. They do play better football than
No,
Conte.
listen, now and again, Saeed, but come on. Listen, if there was anybody that bought
Now
people
and
to
against
death
Ten
for
Hag.
years, listen to me. They played Simeone is known for like just defending in the big games. He will defend, and that's why they've not won things that they could have won if he was a bit more attacking. But let me just
that's true.
finish it. The problems that your social club bring in back Evans and Matt. Now, 100%, I agree, Chris. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you. At the end of the day, there's over 340 of you in here. Please smash a
Come
like
on,
on
like
the
the
video,
video,
subscribe
man.
to this.
What are we doing?
Listen,
How many likes are we on?
Saeed, this channel has been shadow banned. You know that it's been shadow banned.
Yeah, I know because of yeah, absolutely.
There's
Yeah,
a Palestine, but with our chest, we say it: free Palestine, free
absolutely.
Palestine,
Free Palestine.
Stop the genocide.
Facts.
Stop the bombing. End the occupation now. That's what we say. We are 2 years ago under Oli, 2 years before that under Joseph, 2 years before that under LG. We'll be back again in 2 years with the next manager. Now, 100% because the fan base are not willing to take the pain that
do
it
people
needs.
think that I don't recognize that? Do people recognize that? I
No,
understand that.
Saeed.
I also don't have blind faith. That's what I'm saying to you. I know the football club is toxic, but I also don't have blind faith. Say, just back the manager. Like, a lot of people today. I've just been hearing back the manager. Bro, what am I backing? You tell me what I'm backing.
Now, if they've been realistic, nobody can back in here this shit. Nobody. But you know what? People like me went back in this shit, and people, not a lot of yous. Yes, a lot of you guys were telling me, stop moaning, we're winning, we're in all this competition. And I was telling you, it was unsustainable. I was telling you it was unsustainable. So it goes both ways. Nobody can back this. Nobody can back having Mount, your player that you bought, you sanctioned, and Anthony, and playing Bruno on the right wing. What world are we doing that?
But also the Manchester derby, it's unforgivable, Lord, in that the fact that we just training ground. It's unforgivable, man. That was a final straw for me, man. The Manchester derby, he's allowed another game against Man City to be absolutely training ground, just training ground.
But I beg you,
and him doing nothing
after
about
what you saw, Saeed, be real though, be real, bro. Be real. After what you saw against Sheffield United, after what you saw against Brentford, after what you saw against Copenhagen last Tuesday, did you expect anything different?
No. I expected the result. I expected the scoreline. 100%. I said 2-0 before the game. But the problem is, though, is that it's insult to injury. You know what they call insult to injury?
To be schooled, yeah, Bob.
To be schooled. No, but not only to be schooled, but to also have an opportunity to rectify yourself, and you choose not to. So you don't play your best plays. You don't play your best system. You don't play the right formation you want to do. If you're not doing that, it's insult to injury. It's a smack on your face, Lauren. That's what it is. Smack onto your face. Say, hold on a minute. Any hope that you think you'd have got in me, nah, mate, out the door, mate. Because I don't do that stuff, mate. I am stubborn, and I don't care what you think, mate. That's what he said.
I'm not going to lie to you. Everybody was stubborn. We held 3 and 4 with Oli, with Jose at home. We held all these results. The only guy that we didn't hold a lot of these big results was LVG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't hold that. With Moyes we did, with Jose we did, and with Oli we did, and now with Ten Hag we're holding them. At the end of the day, it's simple. Pep Guardiola and Secret to Man City, we are at the same direction. Me, the CEO, the sporting director, the chairman. That's why I think the club's so stable. No, of course, Manchester United not stable. So it is what it is. Big up Tom. Tom says, the myth about getting sporting director changes nothing because who signs the checks when the funds are releasing? There you go. Joel effing Glazer. Tell them, Tom, tell them. That at the moment, we've got so-called director of football. He's just a prop there. He's a prop. He's a prop to make statements. Neil Ashton copies writes the statements and then says, "Yeah, John Mater, speak to it." That's why he's a fraud. He's just a prop there because Joe Glazer signs it. So it is what it is, people. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, get the
At the end of the day, this idea, Saeed, half of the fan base don't remember good times, lol. The ones that are booing every week now.
Half the fan base don't remember good times. The ones booing every week now, legacy fans. By the way, yeah, Lord, in the stadium, I was very, very. What would I say? Like I said, for me, Ten Hag was pathetic here. I meant that in a way of what he did in terms of his tactics. I don't mean that in terms of his personal character. But I tell you what,
of course he's pathetic.
I tell you what, Nuruddin.
For the lineup.
Tell you what, Nuruddin. Last night, man, what I heard. You bald this. I'm not even. These are match going fans. These are match going fans. You know, I heard some absolutely crazy stuff. You know, and that's why I'm saying like it's just not me who's saying it. It's the fan base have had enough. When Hoyler got took off, Lordin, the boos were absolutely mad. Like I couldn't. I don't know if you see that on the. It was crazy, bro. They were like because you know why? They've seen a striker who was trying to get in positions, who was trying to hold up the ball, and then they had a guy on the left-hand side who was ducking out of tackles, ducking out of 50-50s, but he kept him on.
Listen.
And then he put him on the position that he's the worst at as well, is up front. And then he brought on Martial with 4 minutes to go.
And Anthony. And he did more kicking somebody, more action than United did in the whole 90 minutes. He did more in terms of a bit of a fight.
Been sent off, you know. He could have been sent off.
He went for a fight. Listen, of course we don't have work hard enough, but you know what they've said to say that? What Danny Murphy said yesterday. They said the players are running too hard. They're being pushed. They're doing a lot of running. Where have you heard that before, Saeed? Where have you heard that before?
Oh gosh.
Where have you heard that before? How can they be running too much when some of them are partying and going out and shit like that? How can they be tired? Yo, it's Khalees. It's the reality, bro. It's the reality.
Yeah, well, you know, we've lost 5 games this season already. You know, Everton have got a better goal difference than us. Everton.
Of course. Everton. Listen, you know, Saeed, Everton play good football, but they just don't score goals. Chelsea play amazing football, but they just don't score goals.
Everyone plays better football than us. Who doesn't play better football than us in the league?
But I said, Saeed, I'm sorry to say, I swear I predicted this. I used Liverpool as an example. Overtired, you used so little players, overtired, and they're fatigued. And now you didn't get the players that you wanted in the summer. You got Mount. And now, Saeed, the question is, did he sign Mount or did the club sign Mount? If that was what United saying,
I don't want to believe this. I don't because you know now, yeah. A lot of people are saying, was it really Mount? Was it really his signing, etc., etc.? Bro, I'm tired of these fake rumors, man. I'm sorry, man. This was his signing. He chased him. He knew him at Vitesse. He wanted.
But why not play him, Saeed? Why not play him though? If you signed a player, why you not? Remember, let me give you this. You know, Anthony. Remember Anthony? Yeah. He went on strike at Ajax. He was injured, training on his own. He came to United. He didn't have any match fitness. He started him the first game against Arsenal. He put him on, right? And then he scored and whatever. Now, he played him even regardless how shit he was last season. He played him every game, right? This season, he didn't yesterday. But Mason Mount, he didn't.
Yeah.
He's not playing him.
Yeah.
Big up. Big up Jarvis says, so we didn't have a striker until September. And just one fullback in October. We have the deficiencies in our squad because of the injuries and bad recruitment. Do you agree this affects us? Yeah.
No, absolutely. But the thing is, though, again, relying on one striker this summer was a catastrophic situation as well, especially a young striker as well. And I don't blame that on him. But I think his the spending as well has not been spent wisely. He's been in control of where the money goes. You know, he's been a leading advocate for certain players coming to the football club, and that's on him. You know, and listen, I can say what I want to say about you know, the glaze and whatnot. But ultimately, you spent the money wrongly. That's just the way I kind of look at it for me. You know,
No,
and
Saeed, 100%.
you
Nobody's
spent the money
arguing that.
wrongly.
Listen, big
Yeah.
up Windy. Windy said if you take away Ratchet's individuality last season, the results would have been the same as this season. Actually, no, yeah, I agreed with that in terms of the goal scoring, but defensively we were better last season. Even though we held 6 at the Etihad, we held 6 at Anfield, 7 at
Yeah.
Anfield. Defensively, we were not
Oh,
conceding us
7.
goals. We were not conceding goals. So, yeah, but I said that, Windy, from January and onwards. I told everybody, when everybody, the Haribo Cup crew and the Europa League crew were all out there celebrating in my face, saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. I kept saying, this is unsustainable. But it is what it is, honestly. Hans Flick, Hans Flick will come in, play a high line. United will get battered 7 or 8-0. He will come with Harry
Oh,
Maguire
God.
and Johnny Evans, and we'll get battered, mate. We'll get battered. Listen, there is absolutely no hope in this football club. The hope, you know what I saw? So, look, it happened.
Yeah.
The bigger thing, Saeed, look, it happened to me against Galatasaray, right? It happened to me. It dawns on you. Any little like 10% hope gets crushed, and it's painful.
Crushed.
Like it
Crushed.
happened to you yesterday. I watched your match reaction. It happened to you yesterday. Look, it was for me. It was against Galatasaray, where they actually played well, but we just gave goals away, right? We gave goals away. We just beat ourselves. But yesterday we got schooled, and Saeed, his whole family are City fans, majority of them.
All
I
of
think it's
them,
only
man.
you and
That's
Bruno.
why it hurts me the most, though.
I think it's
That's why
only
it
you
hurts
and
me the
Bruno,
most.
innit? Is it only
Yeah,
you and
no,
Bruno?
me and Lampard, me and Lamps, me and Lamps.
Yeah, you and Lamps. Bruno's a City fan.
Yeah, Bruno's City fan. Everyone's City fan. Everyone's at home City
Yeah.
fan. You know what I mean? And you know what it is with me? It's that, you know, every time being the laughing stock in
Yo,
Manchester.
Saeed couldn't even go after the game to go to. Saeed couldn't even go to his mum's for Sunday dinner.
Exactly.
He
I didn't
couldn't
go
even
back
go
home.
Sunday dinner.
I didn't even go
He
see
didn't
them.
even go
I
to
didn't even
his
go see them
mum's for
that day.
Sunday dinner, mate.
Yeah, bro. It's, you know what it is, man. I just think for me, it's like you need to see a bit of hope with Man United, and right now that there isn't much hope, man. And that's where I kind of look at off the pitch, on the pitch. It's a pretty depressing time to be a United fan, and you know what? It's a sorry state of affairs, and I feel like Ten Hag he's almost saying, "Yo, sack me, man," because I'm not bringing you the principles. I'm not giving you what you want to do, and you know what? I'm here for results, and if them results don't come in, then it is what it is. So, you know, this is not what we signed up for. I didn't sign up for this, Nordin. And I don't think any Man United fan did, to be honest with you. I did not sign up for Ten Hag to be
No,
playing
but
this sort of
no,
football. And people, even if they say
no,
this
but
is not the Ajax system, this is not Ajax style of play, I still need to see core principles. If you learn something in another country, yeah, and I said to you, Lordin, what did you learn in that country? You would say, okay, I've done this, I've done that, I've learned this culture. You bring something back with you. You don't just become some sort of machine. You show something what you got.
yeah, Saeed.
And right
Listen,
now there
please.
isn't.
I want you to share the statement because I want to take the key word out of it. So, can you share that statement that you shared? What Eric Ten Hag said
Oh
about his
yeah,
Ajax?
the statement.
Yeah. Can you just share that for
Okay.
me, please? I can't find it. Just look for it. I can't see it. Right, just
Okay,
share it
one
because
second.
there's a key moment in that. Majority of people are missed. Everybody's talking about the style of play, but the key wording of that. Big up everybody. Free Palestine, man. Stop the genocide. End the occupation. Free Palestine. Always. Big up to everybody in the chat. Always. Yeah, Nuruddin and Saeed, do you have any comments to share about Stewart, who was sacked for the club reacting out to
Oh
the
yeah,
fans?
by the way, solidarity with that guy, man.
Yeah,
Solidarity.
big up. Listen, big up team. Choosing
they're
humanity.
trying to silence us, man. They're trying to silence us, bro.
No, 100%. What's his name, that brother? Saeed, do you know what that guy's called?
You
We
know
shout
what?
him out.
I don't know. 1 second. I'll
We
find
shout him
right
out, man.
now.
Listen, love and light to that. Love and light, at the end of the day, it is hypocritical. You band around the Ukraine. Ismail, big up Ishmael, yeah? Big up Ishmael, big up to you, brother. You've won the moral. That club is corrupt as F. Man, all the football clubs were displaying the Ukraine flag. But when you bring out, tell me what the difference is between Ukraine and Palestine.
Exactly.
Occupation, mate. Occupation. At the end of the day, the hypocrisy, the mask has come off. And that is where we're at. So big up Ishmael.
Also Liverpool as well. Liverpool took some flags down as well. Did you see it yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But listen, Because the government is being told we cannot have that. Palestinians
I'm
cannot
surprised
be
with Liverpool
seen.
though. Liverpool's a city that just they hate the government.
Yeah.
They don't really like the Conservatives. I'm surprised.
But the
Liverpool have
American
done that.
owners, Saeed, come on now. The American
Yeah.
owners. The American owners had to stick it on them and tell them. So yeah, big up Ishmael. Love and like to Ishmael. Support and love to Ishmael, man. Big up anybody who's got a business. Make sure you get in contact, man. People should hire that.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Honestly, he needs
Yeah,
to get, needs to get
hire
a
him,
job.
man.
Somebody needs to hire him.
Yeah.
Saeed, you need to. Have you shared his tweet, Saeed?
Yeah, I've shared it.
We-
I quote tweeted. I said, "Don't worry about the job, man. You're gonna get more reward for
Exactly.
solidarity." You
Yeah,
get me?
pray
So
for
big
that
up to
brother,
him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
Big
man.
up to that brother.
Definitely.
Big up. Nuruddin, what do you realize the correlation between the chance we're in scrap because of the game last season? Why don't you realize it's your correlation? It's by chance. We ain't crap because of last season. We are crap because of last season. Because you can't then go to America and have listen to me, and have Saeed have a horrendous preseason, flying everywhere in the US. Then when the players had little or no time rest. Remember, the players finished 65 games. United played more games than anybody else last season, right? In the Premier League. Then they went to join up with the for the Euro bullshit thing, internationals. Remember, then they had a couple of weeks off holiday. Then they come back. Then you fly them, you burn them out. Then you fly them all over America. Then you expect something to change. I'm sorry, but you've not watched enough football, Mainu, to realize that's a burnout. You don't do that. What United should have done, stayed in the UK, go to Edinburgh, play there. If you're going to do anywhere, go to Norway and play a couple of games. That's it. You went to America when the US is like a fucking continent, Saeed. It's so big. You went from one coast to the other coast to the other coast. Flying. I'm sorry. And then you expect. Where do you think these injuries come from as well? Sorry, mate. Sorry. Stop smoking that cigar. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Everything's connected.
Yeah.
But big up Eric Ten Hag was asked. So big up. Let me just get rid of this chat. So Eric Ten Hag was asked, right? He said, "Never. I will never play football because those different players because those were different players." True. This is not why I came here. Bang. That is the main fucking thing there, people. This is not why I came here. There we go. That is the thing for me. So the club have given him a different objective. Read between the lines. This is also not why I came here. We are playing different football than I showed at because I have to, because I can't play the same way. The players decide how you play. He said that many times. I played it on here. We played it on here, honestly.
It's still weak, though. It's still weak from him.
No, Saeed, it might be weak, but the club said, get us back, get us a trophy. We've not had a trophy for 5 years. Get us to 4 by any means necessary. And he's done that. And you can't divorce that from the way he did it. It was wrong. I was calling it out, Saeed, when nobody wanted to call it out. I was screaming the house down, telling people, this cannot happen. And majority of people were like, "Now we're winning a trophy. It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna go with it." And then you know what, Saeed? I came back and said, Saeed, I came back and said, okay, for him to change the style of play, we need 5 players to go into that first 11 to freshen up. Did I not say that? Yes or no?
Yeah, you did. You did, to be fair. You did, to be fair.
So I literally said, this is what the club needs to do. The club needs to help this manager get him the 5 players that he wants to go straight into that first team. We didn't. We did not. So it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Let me just get the super chat. Big up to him.
Go for it.
If we had a fully fit squad, we don't beat City. It's simple. No matter what we are levels below. Not 100%, I understand, but we would have competed, I hope. I hope that we would have competed a bit, Saeed. What do you think if you had a Varane, Martinez, Casemiro yesterday? Do you think Luke Shaw, Aaron Bissaka, if he had these things, do you think he would have changed it a bit?
Yeah. Listen, I don't know, man. I really, really don't know. I'll be honest with you. I want to see that it's true or whatnot. But we've seen these players play before, and they haven't been, the style of play has been the same. Start of the season, we had Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw available against Tottenham, and we had no idea in the second half. We had our fully fit team, barring Hoyland up front. We had everyone there. So miss me with this. We're not doing anything. Even with the 11 that come back, yeah, Martinez has not been playing well this season, but Ten Hag played him through injury. Why? Why are you doing that? He's a man under pressure, and I don't like it. You need to stick by your principles, and give squad rotation, and make sure you play your best 11. Simple.
Saeed, you told me that though, that from the beginning of last season, that Ajax fans warned us that he's not a rotator. So this is what we're at.
You know what? And he's also got no plan B as well. No plan B as well.
Rotator. Listen, with managers like him, plan A is plan B. You know what I mean? Plan B is plan A. Plan C is plan A. Plan D is plan A. Plan E is plan A. So at the end of the day, this is what we're dealing with, people. And for me, I'm not shocked or surprised. And I agree with Natalie when Natalie says, we've been having that. To me, I saw it, got battered. The only manager we didn't get battered was LVG.
Yeah.
That was the
Literally,
only manager.
because we drew.
Listen, we got battered in the Haribo Cup. Remember when we got out MK Dons? Remember MK Dons battered us? I think it was 3 or 4-0. But he played a B team and we got battered. That was it. But no, our big rivals did not batter us. They did not batter us. So it is what it is.
A lot of the things, like I said to you, a lot of the things we did say last year in terms of, the style of play needs to improve. I think a lot of people were, even me, I was a big Ten Hag fan. I was like, nah, we need to get a better style of play. That was one of the biggest things I said.
True, you did say
the 5 things I said was like, we need a better style of play. We need identity. We need to have a first 11. We need to be looking at what we are doing as a team. Like, we need to be closer to Man City. We need to be closer to Arsenal. We need to be like elevating. This needs to be a season where we elevate. You always find out in the second season what you shape your team to be. And right now, I'll be honest with you, our team does not have any form of identity of Ten Hag. It doesn't. It reeks. And you can say there's players that are not from other managers, but he's choosing to play them. You could easily say, Lindelof, hold on a minute, you're out of the team now. I mean, we're not going to play you. Play regular, the guy you brought in. You don't do that. Is that on me? That's on the manager.
No, that's on the manager. But to me, Reguilon is horrendous defending. He's good when you got the ball. He wanted a low block yesterday, and he played low block defenders where everybody can be close to each other. And that's why we didn't concede. City didn't really create too many chances in that first half. They missed a couple, but they weren't creating like 5, 6. Like the second half, they created so many chances, and they could have battered us. Saeed, somebody, I only gave the link to you. I don't know what's happening, people. People are shutting down. I just seen somebody flash up, try to get in to come to become. How did they get there? It's super surreal. So I just seen a flash like somebody's joining the stream. Crazy at the bottom. At the bottom where I can see you, I can see myself. When you send a link to somebody and they're backstage.
I took my finger off. The link
okay, that's probably right.
I took it off. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking. No.
I took off the thing. I probably missed a super chat, Nuruddin. You missed a super chat.
Let me go back to it. Let me get to the super chat. Yeah, big up. Who do you want as the next manager?
I don't know.
Under this football structure, interim.
I don't know.
This is the next question. Interim. Somebody asked, big up to you. That is it. David, Aurora, big up David. I just want to go back to this person. Somebody asked a question, and I'll come back to you in a minute. He said, what tactics was he talking about? Well, the tactics he was talking about is that he likes to be vertical. So one, he wanted to play a low block, right? So Varane in a low block, maybe he thought he was wasted. He wanted Maguire and Evans to play because they played the low block against Burnley. Remember Burnley? They played the low block.
Yeah.
Right? And the second thing, what it was that he says if Varane has got the ball, there is no ball going out there. And they wanted to stop on the left-hand side. They wanted to stop, what's his name? The Argentinian World Cup winner for City.
Oh, Alvarez.
So they said he wanted to, because they played with a certain way City played with Alvarez, and they wanted to stop that. And to be fair, they did do that. They stopped him. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm like, no, we're at home. You play your best players. we can still do a low block and counter them efficiently because Reguilón can carry the ball. He's good at carrying the ball. Playing Lindelof, not the way, people. And then you change it. So hey, this is the big contradiction of Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, you change Amrabat, you make us more open. So why didn't you then in the second half take off Lindelof, take off Amrabat? You know what I mean? Take off what's his name, Ericsson. Bring on all these fresh legs to go for City. If you wanted to go more attacking, but he only did it with one player, made us defensively weaker, and then we got opened up right, left, and centre. So it's the biggest. That's what I'm saying to you. The manager is like a rabbit caught in the headlights. That's what he is. At this moment in time, that's what he is. That is what it is. But that's what the tactic is. So
yeah, exactly. Look at that. Yeah, listen, look at that there as well. He said he's going to be a big player for us. Just lied. What's the point of lying there? Man lied to his face, you know. And also this transition football. Do you see transition football, Nuruddin? Do you see any transition football?
No. To be fair, if you look at the stats, we win the game. Yeah, we win the ball, but our attacking players can never convert. To be fair, yesterday most of our chances came when we won the ball in the last third. We are the highest still
had one
by
chance,
a number. Yeah, we are the highest number by. But Saeed, why are you putting there Bruno there is better, or even Ericsson to win the ball up the pitch there, and he can supply the pass more than McTominay. McTominay thinks he's going to score a world.
But this is where he had Mount to replace Ericsson or Fred and be that kind of guy that be able to play that ball. But I said one day the game against Crystal Palace, Mount's running around and not doing anything. All of a sudden, maybe Ten Hag has seen that and thought, you know what, he's not really impacting the game. So then what's the point of bringing him then? Like, I don't understand it. Like, you didn't have any plan to bring Mason Mount, yet you wasted that 60 million on him. For what reason? It just didn't make sense at all, man. You know, so yeah, man. It's for me. I don't know, people, man. I really don't know. If people have a plan, then obviously I can understand it. Jim Radcliffe's faith in everything I've made unchanged despite Man United's poor start to the season, but he thought he's likely to have fewer responsibilities. Wow, damn. But that's again, it's just so like scripted, isn't it? That like Ten Hag's got more responsibility this season, so now he won't be this season. So yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, all I know is that Saeed. All I know is this, yeah. So who do you want as interim, Saeed? Because if they sack him for the Champions League, who do you think is going to come? Who do you think they're going to buy out of a contract? Do you think this club are going to do it? What's the recent history been? Moyes, they got an interim gigs. Louis van Gaal, they sacked him at the end of the season, actually, when he won the cup.
Yeah.
And then he finished goal difference 5th to City, Pep Guardiola. And
then
they sacked Jose, they got Oli. Saeed, his football is horrendous. I think Darren Fletcher
they're going to bring in Laurent Blanc, mate. I'm telling you now.
Darren Fletcher, mate. I think that Darren Fletcher and his twins. But Saeed, what manager do you think that can solve this with this football structure and with the way the club is with the Glazers? Talk to me. Big up Stephanie Griffin.
Obviously, you know what I mean. The current structure is absolutely like it's not good enough. I've been telling John Myrtle to leave how long? Like John Myrtle should have left ages ago. Like I'm not denying that, but what I'm trying to say is that we then can't, for me, not talk about a manager doing his role. And is the manager doing his role regardless of the structure? No. Two things can be right. I think the structure are poor, they're inept, they're absolutely out of their depth, and they shouldn't be there.
Saeed, what's the evidence showing? What's the evidence showing, though? Do you think all these managers are hopeless? Do you think every one of them was hopeless?
The managers aren't hopeless. It's that the football club, it ruins managers. I get that. The environment, everything that's within it. But also, you know, what you can also say is that right now, this ain't good enough. This ain't good enough.
No, 100%.
What we're seeing right now isn't good enough.
It's unsustainable, 100%. It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
So who do you think the club would go for, knowing what you know from this football club? What do you think they would go for? The next brand new hype toy?
By the way, is available.
Listen, by the way, somebody
I reckon they'll probably go for Hansi Flick.
German manager. Manchester United, I'm not going for manager. By the way, Lumi said, I don't know if it's true, but he's saying this. It'll cost 18 million to get rid of him. Do they have 18 million at this moment in time? They have to go into Santander.
Wow, they've got record revenue. They've just got record revenue this year.
but they've got 800 million pound in debt.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then
I
and then
know.
another 300 million in debt to other clubs, Saeed. So
Yeah,
that's what they
they
want
would
to
only
project.
do it. I feel like they would only do it if they know Champions League football is available. Someone said, yeah, it'll be the weekend of December when he gets sacked because it means that they're out of the Champions League and then they play Liverpool straight away. So that weekend in December is when they'll sack Erik ten Hag when he's probably out of the Champions League if he is out, and then he plays Liverpool and we get probably beat.
At
You know the
Anfield,
score in it.
it's Liverpool at Anfield.
Anfield. Yeah, I think so. Something like that anyway.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is anyway.
No, 100%. Listen, big up to everybody. Let me just have a look at my last topic that I had on the show. Was Erik ten Hag, the club briefing against him, Gary Neville, Bomshel, Johnny Come Latelys, Johnny Come Latelys, welcome to the club, people. All of you. The ship, like I said, is sinking, and we've been here, but I just genuinely do not believe anybody's going to solve this. I genuinely do believe the club's broken, the club is sank, and it is so badly run that I can't see anybody fixing this anytime quickly.
Nope.
What do you think the next manager? Yeah, that we got that super chat. Big up to you, Nura. This is Natalie. Nura, what are you telling the summer pre-season? Every game, Team B were better than the first team. No, 100% they were. But then the first team, he had to go with them because that first team is what got him third and what won him the Haribo Cup. Big up, it says Karim says, big up Sainer
You love
speaking
saying that, don't you?
for Palestine, unlike Rants and his brother for silencing the Mandem for their channel if they mention it. Oh, that's a bit. I'm a bit shocked by that.
No, I've not heard anything, so I wouldn't say that.
I don't know if that's true,
So,
Karim. I don't know if that's true.
You can't really say that, Karim. You know what I mean? Because listen, I've always been vocal on Rant's channel. He's never silenced me, so that's not right.
That's a bit wild.
So, yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know about expressions, but Rants has always been on the side of the Palestinians, mate. Always on the side of the Palestinians. Always against the oppression. That's one thing I love about Rants. He's always stood for the people, man. We might get it wrong. We might have a different football opinion with Manchester United when it comes to Manchester United, but expressions, I don't know him that well. I know Rants. I know that he speaks up about things, even when they're unpopular.
Yep.
So it is what it is, people. It is what it is. You reached there, and very still like Pete and Harry, right? I don't know what people are talking about in the chat, but listen, there's 268 of you. We had over 340 watching. Big up to everybody. Saeed, let them know what you're doing tonight. What are you doing? In a Big Six?
Big Six. So I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed on Big Six, but
listen,
we have
Saeed,
to survive.
To be fair, how can they cook you? But Saeed,
I know.
How can they cook you when you've been?
I said 2-0 lost, Nordin. So they can't really cook me.
Yeah, and it's only you were only wrong by one goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of Unana's performance? Even though I don't rate him still.
Onana.
Listen, he was waffling.
Listen, I'm happy for him. But it feels like David De Gea days, Nordin. That's the problem, Nordin, though. It feels like David De Gea days.
Yeah. 100%. For me, the biggest thing when I look at Onana yesterday, he was flapping at things. Right underneath you, was flapping at a couple of the things. I don't know what he was doing, Side. Even the way he dives, man, he makes me laugh. But at the end of the day, he kept the score down. He kept the score down, didn't he?
Yeah.
He kept the score down.
Yeah. Simple. Kept the score down. That's amazing.
So it is what it is. It is what it is. But big up, love and light, people. Catch you in the next
big
one.
Up to the chat.
Saeed, but smash a like on your way out.
Big up
subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. And smash a like on the video. Big up to everybody. Love and light. Go and check out the Straight Jacket podcast 254. 53. Go and check it out, people. Unana made a say. Big up Karim. Karim says, nah, it's not wild because it happened to me. But I get it. People want to protect their YouTube, but big up, shame on United for sacking a steward over the flags, but big up to everyone though.
Okay.
Listen, maybe
for me, on our channels, we can only speak for ourselves, innit? But on our channel, we always pride ourselves on speaking against oppression, and we all continue to do that. So, Kareem, big up to you. And
big up
for
to the super chat. I appreciate it, man.
Disgrace, bro. Big up to this disgrace, man.
Yeah,
so that's United for you, innit, man? No morals, nothing.
No morals,
I mean, the Finnish club.
Yeah, no morals, whatever. So big up to everybody, love and light, and smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And Kareem, you're always welcome of the headquarters of the rebel, mate. Humanity in this channel, we believe in humanity. So Palestine, again, I say it, I don't care if you shadow ban us this channel, if you ban this channel, we don't give an absolute F. What we give an F about is that, Kareem, here we say free Palestine with our chest. With our chest, we say end the occupation, stop the genocide. Do not believe in mainstream media and their lies or what they're telling you. Do not believe the dehumanization of Palestinians. Do not believe that. How can you play the victim when you are slaughtering and murdering children day and night and the whole world is watching? Shame on the world. Shame on all these leaders.
Facts.
All of them cowards, real cowards. So here, Kareem, you're welcome. You're welcome. You don't even have to do a super chat, bro. We'll read out whatever you say. Free Palestine, end the occupation. No justice, no peace.
No
End
peace.
the occupation. End the occupation. No justice, no peace. But love and light, people. Take care. Big up. Peace.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.